Hello everyone, this is Oren Otter. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of 8 equals negative 3, the show about things that science has gotten wrong. But today I'd like to talk to you about something that science has gotten right, but many people who claim to love science have gotten wrong. And that is the difference between zero and null. Now, it matters where you put your negator. For example, if I were to say, not all Mexicans are hard workers, this would be a true statement. There are lazy Mexicans, just like there are lazy Frenchmen, lazy Australians, lazy Russians, lazy South Africans, what have you. But if I were to say, all Mexicans are not hard workers, then I'd probably get slapped with a libel suit. Now this has implications in science and mathematics. For example, this is 0. The number 0 is a number. It has a value exactly halfway between 1 and negative 1. This is null. It stands for nothing. Null is not the same as 0. It does not have a value. 0 is a set of exactly 1 numbers. Null is a set of exactly 0 numbers. Another place you see this distinction is in the color black. My hat, for example, is black. Now there are some people who say that black is not a color, but if you were to ask any child what color this hat is, they would say black. If I asked you what aspect of this hat the word black describes, you would probably say color. And indeed, black is a color. Now this is air. Air has no color because you can see straight through it. Actually, when you've got a lot of it there, it turns blue, but you know what I mean. Black is a color. It is not a wavelength of light. Many people get this point confused. Color does not equal wavelength of light. Black is a color with hue, saturation, and lightness of 0. To further illustrate this point, I am not a stamp collector. I do not collect stamps. I do not have the hobby of stamp collecting. However, there was a short time when I experimented with a hobby of non-stamp collecting. Right now, I simply don't collect stamps. But while I was non-stamp collecting, I actively asked all of my friends not to send me any stamps. If they had sent me stamps, I would have refused to accept them. And I would have proudly displayed my non-collection of stamps. That's a very big difference from simply not collecting stamps. It's non-stamp collecting as a hobby. Now I bring this up because it's been said that atheism is a religion in the same way that non-stamp collecting is a hobby, and that's absolutely true. There is a big difference between atheism and agnosticism. Now agnosticism is the lack of worship of anything. The agnostic either doesn't know or doesn't care whether there's a God. In fact, the word agnostic means I don't know. Atheism, on the other hand, is a religion. It has been declared so by the Supreme Court of the United States. Atheism is a very active religion. It is the active worship of 0 gods. And now, to drive the point home, I am going to actively not wrap up this video.